Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious blackened Hawaiian salmon. Look at that. Now, it consists of salmon that has been cleaned, seasoned, marinated, and from there it is seared in a very hot cast iron skillet. And from there, the salmon is coated with a sweet and savory Hawaiian glaze just before serving. This recipe, you can get about 4 individual pieces of salmon, so it's enough to serve about 4 people. It's savory and absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all that you'll need to make your Hawaiian salmon. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need 2 pounds of salmon. Here I have some fresh pineapple juice, and this is by Dole, of course, but you can use any other pineapple juice of your choosing. You will also need some soy sauce, rice cooking wine, the sweet or the regular version, whichever one you want to use. You will also need some honey, ginger, cornstarch, sugar, salted butter, 1 to 2 large lemons, and for your seasonings, you will need some salt, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, and some Chef Paul Prudhomme's Seafood Magic. And for your tools, you will need a 10-inch round cast iron skillet. You can also use a large frying pan if you like as well. You will also need a kitchen exhaust fan. If you don't have that, you can place a fan in your window so that way you can ventilate some of the smoke. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. Okay, I've placed my salmon pieces into this strainer. Next, I'm going to rinse the salmon pieces off with cold water. Alright, here I have an entire piece of salmon right here, and I'm going to flip it over. And as you can see, this is where the skin is. I'm not going to peel this off or anything like that, but I'm just feeling the skin of the salmon to see whether or not if it has scales or anything on it. It appears that they are removed because the skin surface is very smooth. So next, I'm going to take the piece of salmon and I'm just going to cut it into large pieces. And from there, I'll have 4 large pieces of salmon all together. I've placed my salmon into this large bowl. Now let's add some seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prudhomme's Seafood Magic. Here I have a half a lemon. I cut it in half. I'm going to take a mesh strainer and place it over the salmon, and I'm going to squeeze a half a lemon on top of the salmon. Next, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to carefully massage all the seasonings and the lemon juice into the salmon. Place this into your refrigerator for about 2 to 4 hours or overnight. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with making our Hawaiian sauce. So in this medium-sized pot, add 2/3 cup of pineapple juice, a half a cup of water, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of rice cooking wine, it could be the regular or the sweet kind, 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ginger, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. I'm going to take my whisk and stir all the ingredients together until combined. Let this simmer for 4 minutes, stirring occasionally. It's been about 4 minutes now, and our Hawaiian sauce is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn my fire off. Let this cool completely before you add it onto your salmon. And for best results, make this 1 to 2 days in advance. Before we begin cooking our salmon, make sure that you turn your kitchen exhaust fan on, or if not, if you have your fan in your window, make sure you turn that on as well. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Let's get started with searing our salmon. So in this 10-inch round cast iron skillet, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. You can also use a large frying pan if you like. I'm going to take some salted butter and I'm just going to spread that around the skillet. Let this get hot for 30 seconds. Add your salmon pieces into the hot skillet. I just want to let you know that cooking times vary depending on the size and the thickness of the salmon. Let this sear for 8 minutes on each side. Alright, it's been about 16 minutes total cooking time for our salmon. I'm going to take a spatula and remove the salmon from the hot skillet and place it onto this serving dish. I've inserted a meat thermometer into the salmon, and the internal temperature should be between 140 and 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, how to tell the salmon is done: if you touch the salmon at the top and it's soft and the juices are still flowing. Here's a cross section of the salmon, and as you can see, the insides of the salmon are thoroughly cooked. It is done. I've placed my cooked salmon pieces into this large bowl. Now remember that Hawaiian glaze that we made earlier should be nice and cooled. We're just going to pour that on top of each piece of salmon. And once done, you should have a little bit more, just in case if you want to pour a little bit more on top before serving. And from there, you're going to let it soak for about 5 minutes. And after that, the salmon is ready to be served. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Blackened Hawaiian Salmon, made by a New Orleans native. You can find this recipe along with all of my other recipes. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Now I'm going to go ahead and try the salmon. So I have a little bit of my homemade Hawaiian sauce. I'm just going to pour some of that on top, even though I just did not too long ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yo, this shit tastes like it came off the grill. Oh my goodness. It is so good. The salmon is nice, it's tender and juicy, and it also combines with that sweet and savory Hawaiian sauce. Oh my goodness. I put my foot in this one. This shit is good. I'm telling you. I don't mean to cuss, but I'm just saying it is delicious. Try this. It is on point. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.